SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. It's week. Los Angeles Chargers versus Matt Ryan and the Carolina Panthers.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some
other side of the field for the visiting Panthers. They come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
Throw on first down with Ryan. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep to return is KJ Hamler. Big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Number 28, Jonathan Taylor.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On second down, Tua. That'll be caught by the rookie, K.J. Hamler. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it.
That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A first down screen pass, good for 5. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stacked your team just the way you're supposed to.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
36-yard line.
How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Jonathan Taylor.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on the
Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
That'll be caught. Rager with it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
intended for KJ.
Free safety Malik Hooker there in coverage.
Malik Hooker.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. KJ Williams with a pick, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Now a throw to the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
5-yard line.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he will score. Touchdown.
The goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone, and Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now an open man, that's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
It's a
anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 56 yards.
at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Singletary.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 79 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And Forbath will put this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try to get too greedy. But let's face it, good winners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, trying to squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Tunga Vailoa's pass, intended for Jonathan Taylor, incomplete.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. This ball complete to Rager. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, it's Taylor. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
This one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
First and 10, Taylor now. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
Taylor is the ball.
Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop.
2 yards on.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And it's caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Panthers coming out now. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ito Smith.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Brings up third.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
And he gets this one to midfield before he
This game, that's allowed them to move the ball on offense, but I gotta tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
A gain of 2.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On first down, Singletary. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit hot.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. 30, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Lambo on for the extra point. And it's 21-3.
The kick is
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now a run with Singletary. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run on first down. Singletary, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Charger drive about to get going. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Two and now on first down. That's going to be caught by Judy. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Here's Tagovailoa on first and 10. That's complete right around the 8. That catch good for only a couple.
Complete to K.J. Hamler.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
Can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
On for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
And Lambo will put this one through. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but
what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effect.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
A 4-yard gain.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returning it, here's Hamler. A good return there, 17 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
34-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started out in Denver, and that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. The Lions locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. 31-21, the final score. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it first and 10. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them? Great tendency. You go play action and go for the big shot.
They're going right back to Hamler. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 47.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They're really locked in on offense.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up second down. No, third down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On play action, here's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it. It's Taylor, and he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Already too often in this game, we've seen him break runs to the 2nd and the 3rd level. And I think this defense has been way too focused on their passing game. At some point, they've got to understand that the running game is hurting them as well. That last run, that bit them again.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Well, Brandon, I don't think they're making any secret of what they want to do right now. They want to control the clock, keep the ball away from the other team. You just wonder, did they start to shut it down a little bit too early? I think what they're counting on, though, if they continue to move the ball and get significant gains, their energy will stay high, and they won't go into hiding too quickly.
Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it's done. He's got to feel great right now.
He'll kick this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here's Singletary. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He was taken.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was taken down by
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Smith. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ryan. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Mike Gesicki there to make the grab. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Set to kick off.
KJ Hamler returning it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
At the 38-yard line.
Normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Oh, he'll air this one deep, and it's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Akers. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Cam Akers with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
At their own.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
second-year man from Iowa State.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No game.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
5-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Another Panthers first down.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Tano Passanio. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Oh, nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On first down, Ryan. He'll find Metcalf. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Forbath, the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Hamler now to return it. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone. All athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Rover catches it left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. K.J. Hamler. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
17. Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. To return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Ryan on first down. It's caught. Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain.
Just a yard to go here on second down.
At the 34-yard line.
Now it's Ryan. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
That's good.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Again, Ryan. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan, that's complete to Smith. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. The penalty is a result of that hit there.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Singletary. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He's tackled at the 7.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The wide receiver.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out. And
They gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Getting in there to break that one up. Rock Ya-Sin.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play. Yep,
confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
Sacked. A loss of 11 yards.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Open man is Uzomah.
Tagovailoa.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
Yeah, I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it. Because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Ryan to throw. Now a desperation throw, and that's caught inside the 30.
That's good.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Ryan, he's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by JSimek11's. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Ball carrier. Roquan Smith in on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line. Today's final
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So, for the Chargers, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a